All right, we're live. Let's go. We're good. All right, everyone. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron and
Chief Forecaster Derek here again. As we mentioned, we have our very first warning of the day. This is a storm that we have been watching for quite some time, coming out of the Little Rock metro area. And this is actually moving towards the northeast here.
Definitely.
At about 60 miles an hour.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys this tornado warning here. And this is going to be awfully familiar to the March 27, 2020 storm that went over Jonesboro here. So, tornado warning for northwestern Woodruff County in eastern Arkansas, southeastern Jackson County in eastern Arkansas, east central White County, and the south central Lawrence County in eastern Arkansas. This goes until 6:30 this evening. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Hurricane Lake, WMA, or 7 miles west of Augusta, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard tornado source radar indicated rotation at this point. This is our first alert to those near and over Jonesboro. If you know anyone in Jonesboro, they need to take their tornado precautions immediately. You are outside of the warning right now, but you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Same thing goes for Augusta. Same thing goes for Bleedville up here towards Crittenden County. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. Go ahead, Derek.
So once again, if you live, so basically, let's pull up our rotation on this storm. I do want to get a very good look at it right now. If you live in Augusta, this is dangerously close to Augusta right now. Also, I want to mention this is getting very close, and it's out all by itself. And this is an atmosphere that is very conducive for both severe weather and tornadoes as we go into the evening and the overnight hours. So once again, if you live along Highway 64 between Bald Knob and Augusta, this is going to be tracking right over you almost immediately. If you live up towards Tupelo, you need to be taking your precautions now, because this is tracking at 60 miles an hour.
Yes.
You are not going to have
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Jared. So we're talking Tupelo 6:07, Jonesboro right around 6:48 this evening. You do not have a lot of time here. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Now, as I said before, this is awfully similar. You guys were with me and Derek when we were covering the Jonesboro tornado in 2020. This is awfully similar to the same path that storm took. So you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Remember, get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately. Go ahead, Derek.
Let's go. Let's pull up our en-route view.
Yeah.
I have a very, very, very strong rotation on this storm. Most likely, if it's not on the ground, it's fixing to be any minute now. This is a very dangerous storm. Monica chases on this storm as well.
Yeah.
So once again, the rotation, it really picked up and died down a little bit. But again, we are right in between radar sites as well. But this is right in between Bradford, Russell, Augusta, and Bald Knob. So once again, this is moving off towards the Tupelo and Weldon area. Again, if you live in Newport,
Newport as well.
This is going to track
just to the south of Newport.
Just to the southeast of Newport.
Yep.
However, if you live in Armagon and Grub, this is almost close to the very similar track of the March of 2020 storm.
Yep.
So once again, if you live in these areas, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Lowest level of your house, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Once again, if you have a bicycle helmet, if you have something you can put on your head, that would be even better, because head injuries are the first thing we see when it comes to severe weather injuries, especially involving high winds or tornadoes.
Right. So this is what we got going at this point here, guys. That is the area of rotation that we're seeing here. This is moving to the north and east at 60 miles per hour. So as I said before, I know a lot of people are worried about Newport. This is going to be just to your south. However, you are going to be in the rain, in the hail core of this storm. So you need to be away from the windows. You need to be away from those exterior walls. You are in that tornado warning, so I would go ahead and take your tornado precautions immediately in that area as well. But But as said before, we are watching this very closely, awfully similar to the March 2020 Jonesboro Tornado here. So Tupelo, up towards Wiener, up towards Jonesboro. I've got Jonesboro in the path of this storm. It is moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. We cannot stress. Take your tornado precautions immediately in this area. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. Luckily, right now, we don't have any confirmed reports that it's on the ground, but we do have lots of eyes on the ground. So they're giving us reports in the Weather Center at this point here. But you have a new tornado warning that is in effect. If you're just now tuning in, share this live stream with anybody you know that is in this area. Take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. Go ahead, Derek.
Yep. So once again, if you live in Augusta, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. This is moving to the northeast here at about 60 miles an hour. Nothing's on the ground at this time, and the rotation is still there. It's currently going to be crossing the White River in between Augusta and Bradford. If you live in Augusta, stay in your safe spot for just a few more minutes. But if you live in between Bradford and Weldon and Tupelo, you definitely need to be taking your tornado precautions.
Definitely. So I got a new information with that. The tornado warning in South Central Lawrence County has been canceled because the storm moved out of the area. This tornado warning still remains in effect until 6:30 for northwestern Woodruff, southeastern Jackson, and east central White counties here. So a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Russell or near Augusta, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard tornado, source radar indicated rotation at this point. If you are traveling on Highway 67 between mile markers 55 and 100, you need to find substantial shelter immediately. Get off the road. Do not take shelter under an overpass. That is the worst thing to do whenever you're trying to take cover from a tornado warning. Find a substantial shelter immediately here. If you're in a mobile home, same thing goes for you. Avoid the windows. If you do not have a storm shelter, find the most center, lowest point of your home. That could be a bathroom, a closet. Avoid the windows and try to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible and take your tornado precautions immediately.
So this is from the National Weather Service in Little Rock Twitter. Potential tornado is located between Bolnab and Augusta, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour.
Gotcha.
So this was as of 4 minutes ago.
Gotcha. So this track still remains the same. Takes to the Tupelo right around 6:07. So you got 7 minutes in Tupelo. Towards Beadville right around 6:14. And then also towards Cache around 6:36. Jonesboro coming in just a little bit after 6:40. And then 6:50 for the Bay Area here. So this going to be moving into northeastern Arkansas for too much longer here. Derek, if you do me a favor, I think we have Jace, our chaser. He's in this area at this point. He's going to be I want him trying to intercept that storm right now here. So that's what we got going at this point here. We'll zoom this out. This is our rotation indicator at this point. We're going to go back to our radar here. So this is what we're talking about right now. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here in these areas. So tornado warning still remains in effect. We do have eyes in the field that is up in this area, up here in northeastern Arkansas. Derek is attempting to try to get them online and getting you guys some eyes down in the ground here. So that's what we got at this point. Tornado warning up here in northeastern Arkansas. This is moving to the northeast at 60 miles per hour. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls to you on the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here.
Another thing that does concern me as well, do not try to go outside and see this storm.
Definitely.
This is becoming a rain-wrapped type of rotation, even if it's not on the ground. It is going to be very, very close. So do not try to go out and see it.
Yeah.
Even though you may, it's flat open out here. Do not try to go out and see it.
I was going to say, take a look at your correlation coefficient over there, or what we call our debris indicator right now. That's something I'm just going to be able to watch right now, just looking at little signs here at this point. So that's the area of rotation. That's just to the northwest of Augusta, southeast of Bradford, or just to the northeast of Bolnab. moving northeast at 60 miles per hour here. This is going to go towards Tupelo, towards Wiener, towards Fisher, towards Weldon. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately here. So this is going past Bald Knob. So Bald Knob, you are getting in the clear at this point. Newport. A lot of people are asking about Newport right now. They need to stay in shelter. Right now, it's a little bit too close of a call for it to be in Newport, okay? Right now, Newport, you're probably going to be getting a heavy rainfall and even some hail up there. But right now, it is too close of a call for you not to take your tornado precautions, because all it takes is for this thing to take a left turn, and it puts Newport in the track. So, Newport, you are right there on the edge. You need to be staying in your shelters immediately here. Oil Trough, this is going to stay well to your south and east. Same thing goes for Pleasant Plains. Batesville, this is staying well to your south and east at this point. All right, so this is going to be towards Swifton, and then it's going to make a run for Cache, and then eventually up towards Jonesboro within the top of the hour here. So you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately.
So I want to emphasize this. This is I'm getting multiple debris signatures.
Definitely,
on this storm. It has not been confirmed on the ground yet, but everything on
oh
radar
boy, yep. I see it.
So
I see it.
Folks, if you live in Tupelo and Weldon, you need to be in your safe place immediately, folks. This does look to be on the ground now. It is starting to have a lot of debris lofted into the atmosphere. Jonesboro, this is your 1 hour warning.
Yep.
I want to emphasize this. This is in a very open environment. Nothing to inhibit this storm now. And it's moving into a very ripe atmosphere.
Yeah. And what I've done on our radar, you can definitely see. So this is our rotation indicator. So this is where we're looking for the potential for the tornado. Okay. What I've done here is I've compared the debris indicator versus the rotation indicator. This could potentially be lifting up debris right now. So this could potentially be on the ground just north of Augusta, just southeast of Bradford, just to the east of Russell, and also just due northeast of Bald Knob. So Bald Knob, you are in the clear at this point. I'm getting very concerned for areas near Tupelo, towards Beedville, and then up towards Weldon. They need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. And folks, share this live stream with anybody you can at this point. I cannot stress that enough. Share this live stream, get it out. If you know anyone in northeastern Arkansas, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately. Nick, what do you got over there?
What I'm doing now, I'm basically looking on the inside of the storm here, trying to see what I can see. Not seeing anything significant right now. Let me look at the low-level rotation here. Not seeing anything that looks too. The storm tops are well over 50,000 feet by
Definitely.
now. So that is a very good indication that this storm is reaching well into the atmosphere. And it's bringing all that spin in the atmosphere down to the surface. As this moves closer into a more highly populated area, like around Jonesboro and Truman area, stuff like that, we're going to have to really watch this storm even more so. But right now, this is moving right to the north of Augusta. If you live in Fitzhugh, if you live in Weldon and Tupelo, you need to be in your safe place right now, folks. Lowest level of your house, away from windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And again, we are still early. The main system coming in is still out to our west. As these storms continue to push into eastern and northeast Arkansas, this is what we are going to see more and more of as we go throughout the evening and the overnight hours.
Right. So what I'm going to do for just a second to kind of help some folks that are listening to our live stream right now here, I'm going to overlay the counties. Okay, so this is something new on our software here. So the counties that you're going to see is going to be very faint down here, but you're going to be able to see the county names up here. So this is moving away from White County. Okay, so Independence County, this is going to move well to your south and east. Okay, northwest of Woodruff County, coming into Jackson County right now. Cross County, you are good. Poinsettia County, we'll have to watch it, especially on the western side of Poinsettia County. And then S04 coming straight into Jackson County. This is going to make a run for Craighead County, which includes downtown Jonesboro. We will have to watch the situation closely. Fortunately for us right now, we have not gotten a single report that anything's on the ground. No damage or anything right now. But this is very concerning here. The environment is very conducive for tornadoes. Some of these tornadoes could be strong. I cannot stress that enough. So you need to take your tornado precautions immediately.
Let's go on and warn the metro area as well.
Yeah.
Because we do have strengthening storms off to our west and southwest. It's something, you know, this is a very classic I-30 type of setup. And this is a situation where you can have multiple storms starting to rotate as we go throughout the next couple of hours. And we have a new warning just got issued for Jonesboro as well. So once again, we have a brand new warning.
Yep. And
so
I got it. So like I said before, this is very, very similar to the Jonesboro tornado up here in 2020. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys a new warning. Give me 1 second. Let me get that up for you guys right now here. So there's new warning. All right, new warning goes for until 6:45. Western Craighead County, Eastern Arkansas, Western Poinsett County, and Eastern Arkansas. That same area I was telling you guys about a second ago. This is moving to the north and east at 60 miles per hour. That means you do not have any sort of time to sit there, wait for it to come at you, try to get photos, videos, etc. You do not have time for that. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls to you on the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately. So Jonesboro, this is my alert to you right now. Go ahead.
Yep, so the National Weather Service in Memphis is saying it's a radar-indicated tornado.
Right.
We do know. So again, Thunderstorm is producing a tornado. So we now are getting multiple reports now of potential of it producing a tornado. So once again, if you live in northeast Arkansas, folks, this is the cell that actually formed in the Little Rock Metro and produced a wall cloud a couple of hours ago. And so at that point, we didn't have quite the shear in place. If you live in Little Rock, you dodged a bullet the first time around. Yep. But we are watching the storms coming out of our southwest as well, so those storms we are going to have to watch here over the next couple of hours. But again, right now, our main focus continues to be for our folks here in northeast Arkansas. We now have everywhere from Newport up to Wiener, Cache, Jonesboro, Truman, Mark Tree. You're going to have to watch this storm closely, especially if you live in Truman and Mark Tree. If it takes a right turn, then it's going to come right towards you.
Definitely.
If this takes a right turn, we're going to have to watch even more so than what we already are, because that's when you start to develop the possibility of an even stronger toward threat. So once again, if you live in Newport, Beatville, you need to be lowest level of your house, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is a very dangerous situation. And we mentioned this. Not everybody was going to see storms this evening, but those who did, they had the potential to produce a tornado.
Right. So we got a new track up here now. So now Jonesboro, you're sitting right around 650 at this point now. And I'm going to see about trying to get a more accurate track on it, because it's right here now. So this storm is moving to the north and east at about 60 miles per hour here. So it should be getting into Jonesboro just a little bit quicker than that. So Jonesboro, that's what I was thinking, right around 650, 652 should be coming into Jonesboro, 613. So it's coming into Weldon now. Then it's going to be making a run towards Grubbs and towards Waldenburg, and then also towards Bay, Brooklyn, Lake City, and then Black Oak up here in northeastern Arkansas. So this is moving into Jackson County at this time here. All right. And then it's going to moving into Craighead County within the next, I would say, 20 to 25 minutes. It is moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. You do not have time to waste with this storm. I told you guys in the live stream, the previous two live streams, if a tornado warning went out, you got to react. These downstream cities that we're giving you, Grubbs, Fisher, Drummond, Jonesboro, Lake City, Cache, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. I know Jonesboro, you're right on that edge, and I mean this is as close as you can get to the 2020 Jonesboro tornado, where I was covering it in the studio. Derek was out in the field, so this is very, very similar here to this tornado here. So, and I told you guys earlier that I was worried about northeastern Arkansas. So this is what we got right now. This is moving to the northeast at 60 miles per hour. If you know anyone in downtown Jonesboro and they don't have the means of getting any sort of weather source, send them here. We will keep them informed on the latest here. Go ahead, Derek.
So okay, I'm watching that. So basically, I'm starting to see the storm, and this is a good sign. It looks like it is starting to recycle a bit. I'm not getting a debris signature on it anymore. But that being said, do not let your guard down because the shear in the atmosphere is extreme right now. So we have plenty of spin in the atmosphere to produce.
Okay.
Again, and looking, this is just to the west of Weldon.
Yeah.
Just to the northwest of Tupelo. If you live in Amagon, Waldenburg, Winter, Otwell, Cache, you need to be taking your tornado precautions.
Right. So, and Derek, I don't want to like cut you off or anything like that, but I'm gonna throw a little bit of something that happened with the 2020 Jonesboro tornado. Now, not every storm is similar. All right. Now, what happened with the Jonesboro tornado is we got to this point. All right. And what happened is this storm, as it got in close to Craighead County, it began to consolidate and it began to produce a tornado. And you guys know what happened after that. So do not let your guard down because this thing is recycling. You got to watch it very closely here at this point here. Go ahead, Derek.
35 seconds to go. Spotter 4 miles north of Augusta. Tornado on the ground 5 miles to our northeast around Tupelo, Arkansas.
Gotcha.
So it has been confirmed on the ground.
Okay.
So we have a tornado on the ground that is straight from the spotter. Again, we are about five. This will be, and I'm seeing it well. Let's go back
to the debris indicator. Yeah.
Yep. And right in between Tupelo and Weldon. If you live in Weldon, you definitely need to be in your safe place right now, folks. Because this is going to move right over you. If you live in Amagon and Grubbs, folks, this is going to be moving right over you. I mean, almost immediately.
Yep.
Again, these are a lot of small towns, a lot of rural areas, so you're not going to see a lot of debris on the radar because it's not a lot of stuff to pick up, mostly dust and trees and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to stop right there for just because we were looking at that right when it went Warren as it was going over Tupelo, right there where you see that green, just northwest of Tupelo, just to the southwest of Weldon. That is where it may have produced that tornado here. Now, as Derek said before, this is in a very rural area. So you got a lot of flat lands, a lot of farmlands out here, so it's not going to be naturally picking up debris because there's nothing for it to pick up. So this is moving straight towards Walden, getting more towards Waldenburg, and this is going to make a run for, unfortunately, Poinsett County, then Craighead County up here in Jonesboro. So you need to be taking your tornado precautions, and you need to get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, get to the lowest area of your home immediately here.
So, if you live in Weldon, don't listen for those sirens. We're getting multiple reports of sirens are not sounding. Do not rely on a tornado siren, folks. We preach this time and time again every silver weather event. A siren is not meant to warn you. It is meant to warn those outside. You have your phone. You have a NOAA radio. This is why we preach. You have to have multiple ways of getting warnings because of this exact type of situation.
Definitely.
So once again, if you live in Weldon, this storm is moving just to your northwest or right over town. So if you need to be in your safe place right now, folks. And this is going to move right toward Amagon. It's actually going to move on the track. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Amagon, Grubbs. And what concerns me, man, this is so very, very, very close to the
Jonesboro tornado. Yeah, and like I said before, Jonesboro may get lucky out of this because right now with the track, it kind of takes it right on the southeastern side of downtown Jonesboro here. Like, kind of similar to what happened in 2020 here, where it took that southeast turn towards Jonesboro. Now, like I said before, do not let your guard down up here in Jonesboro and Lake City. I fully expect if this rotation continues for an additional warning to go out for parts of Craighead County up here in northeastern Arkansas and then portions of Mississippi County. So right now, if you're in Jackson County, Newport, I can confidently say that this is going to miss Newport. So if you're in Newport, you should be good to go. But stay where you are. Do not try to travel right now. Grubbs, you need to take your tornado precautions. Tupelo, I will remain in shelter just a little bit longer. Your storm is moving away. The one thing about these storms is they're going to be moving quick. So they're not going to prolong over an area. So once you go into shelter, you'll be there. And then once that storm has passed over your area, you should be good to go to going out. So as said before, the storm is moving to the north and east at about 60 miles per hour. folks, if you're worried about the other parts of the state, information is on the page. Right now, tornado warning is ongoing. This is where our attention is going to be at this time here. Go ahead.
We also have a thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for Little River County. So that storm is going to move into an environment very conducive as well. So,
yeah, that's the one that's been out there in Texas, northeast Texas here. So that one's going to go for Little River County, they said, in southwest Arkansas, producing quarter-size cells, 60-mile-per-hour winds with that storm here. It's moving to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour here. So I told you, folks, we were going to be seeing these storms rocking and rolling by the time we get towards 6 and 7 p.m. Our first tornado warning of the day up here in northeastern Arkansas, going right into Poinsett and into Craighead County, moving out of Jackson County at this point, but remain in shelter at this current time here. Remember, get away from windows. I know a lot of folks don't have a storm shelter. My best advice for you, you need to get away from the windows. You need to get away from the exterior walls. If you do not have a shelter or a basement to get into, get to the lowest, more central portion of your house. That could be a closet without windows. That could be a bathroom. The more central portion of your home, because you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as physically possible. So right now, that is where that's my advice to you. If you're in this area here, so that goes for western Poinsett County. That goes for Jackson County. Definitely Jackson County. You should be in the shelter already. And then my folks up there in Craighead County, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. Like I said before, do not wait for sirens. Okay? Do not wait for sirens. I meant to alarm you when you're outdoors. Yep. Our advice right now, go ahead and take your tornado precautions up here. Jonesboro, you're barely in that tornado warning. Lake City, you're not even in it right now. Even Leachville up here, this is going to make a run similar, as I said, similar to that Jonesboro 2020 tornado where it came through Craighead County and then it made a run for the Boot Hill region. So Leachville, Horanceville up here in the Boot Hill region of Missouri. Watch this storm closely. I would recommend making your tornado precautions up here in northeastern Arkansas. So you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately in this area. Right now, as I said before, this is the area. I'm going to stop the radar for just a bit because I know a lot of folks were asking about where was that tornado confirmed here. Right over here, just to the northwest of Tupelo. That is where we got that report. Since then, it has moved out towards the north and east about 60 miles per hour. We have not gotten any other reports at this point.
Back to our debris. Let's also go look at the Enrot as well, because very strong low-level
rotation.
Yep.
There it is right there.
This is most likely on the ground. If it's not, it's very, very close. This is just to the southwest of Armagon. So, again, if you live in Armagon, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. Again, waiting to hear reports coming out of Weldon, Tupelo. Again, this is to the north of Augusta. Again, if you live in White County, you are no longer in the warning. You are in the clear for now. But if you live in Armagon Grove, if you live in Tupelo, this is just to your northeast now. So once again, this is moving off towards the northeast at 60 miles an hour. You do not have a long time to take your precaution. If you live in Warrenburg, this is on a direct path for you. So if you live in Warrenburg, you definitely need to be in the lowest level of your house, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This is going to track toward Warrenburg, toward Wiener, toward the Otwell. And this is going to move off toward the northeast here at about 60 to 65 miles an hour.
Definitely. So that's what we're watching right now here in Silver Four in western Poinsett County. Then it's going to make a run for Craighead County. So I'm going to stop right off for just a bit. We're going to go back over to, there's the track, by the way. So if you're wondering about the areas that could potentially be impacted, there's your track on your left side of the screen here. But we're going to go back to our reflectivity, and I'm going to pull up some roads here at this point here. So now we're talking Highway 49. So Highway 49, you're in that track at this point. This is going to move, like Derek said, 60 to 65 miles per hour. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot in hindsight, but 60 to 65 miles per hour is very quick for these storms. That means you have, like, let's say, for example, in Jonesboro, it is right around 6:20, 6:21 right now, okay? You have the projected time for being about there is about 6:50, okay? That gives you 30-minute leeway. That gives you 30-minute time to take your tornado precautions, get to the area, get to your safe place. That way, by the time it gets to you, you're already ready to go. Do not wait for that. Do not wait to see confirmation. Do not go outside. I know a lot of people like going outside and looking and seeing what's going on. These are very dangerous storms. And I said, Darius said before, in the environment that is very conducive for tornadoes. Some of these tornadoes can be very strong in this area. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Do not wait for confirmation, or do not wait to go outside and look and see for a tornado yourself. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Go ahead, Derek. What you got over there?
I'm trying to see, so I'm getting mixed messages. Okay, so we have a brand new warning that has just been issued here.
What do you got?
So, Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Algoa, or 8 miles southeast of Newport, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. This goes until 6:45 for Jackson County.
Okay.
All right. This is just an update of the current warning.
Yeah.
So the old warning is going to be allowed to expire, but the new warning goes to 6:45. This is also going to move into the Memphis warning area here shortly. So if you live in Wallenberg, stop. If you're on the road near Wallenberg, stop. You need to find a safe place now. You do not have time to wait. This is moving at 55 miles an hour. It's going to be there in 10 to 15 minutes or less. Let's put a new track on this storm, and it's going to move toward Wallenberg, towards Wiener, towards Harrisburg and Greenfield. Again, this is going to track in between Harrisburg and Cache.
All right,
here,
so
very soon.
Yeah, so this is what we got here. So I'm gonna clock it about 60 at this point. I know it says 55 on the warning here, but I'm gonna clock it right around 60 because, like I said before, with the vertical shear we got in place right now, these storms are accelerating. So Waldburn and so forth, and the new trends. I'm really liking the new trends. The new trends are taking us further and further and further away from Jonesboro, which is great news. However, that doesn't mean, like I said before, for Lake City, for Trotman over here, Poinsett County, Craighead County, still watch this storm very, very closely here over the next couple of minutes here. In Jonesboro, you are not completely out of the woods. However, we're watching the situation very closely here. With the new trends, new tracks, continue to trend it more and more and more away from downtown Jonesboro. But that does not mean let your guard down at this current time here. This storm is very dangerous, moving to the north and east at about 55 to 60 miles per hour here at this point here. So we do have two chasers that are on this storm at this point here. So National Service has identified a tornado near Newport. The storm system is expected to move Jonesboro.
That's May State, yeah.
Oh, that's May State. Okay, so they have that's from A State themselves up here in
North. Going off in Harrisburg now, so that's a good. Again, do not rely on warning. Again, do not rely on sirens.
Yep.
You cannot rely on the sirens because they are meant for outdoor warning. It is an outdoor warning system, and that is exactly what it is meant for.
Right.
So once again, the good news is here, I'm not getting any more confirmation of anything on the ground. However, that does not. Again, it is dark outside. You're not going to be able to see it coming towards you. So, that being said, do not try to go out and spot it. Do not try to go out and see it because you don't want to be caught in the middle of this. And I want to stress something. Also, folks, this is a long-term event this evening. Just because there's one storm does not mean the event is over yet.
Yep.
There's a cold front dry line to our west that is moving in northwest Arkansas. Until we get that through the state, you're going to have severe weather.
Yep.
We have talked about this. We mentioned it. We've had this highlighted for days. So again, the threat is far from over. The watch goes until 11 o'clock. Would not be shocked to see it extended.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Again, and even for eastern Arkansas, your threat goes until probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So again, this is going to be a late evening event. It's going to be an overnight event. We just have to batten down. The biggest thing is, don't worry. Just be prepared if you get put under warning. Not everybody's going to see a storm. Not everybody's going to see rain. But for example, those who do, it's going to be very severe.
Yep. So this is what we got at this point here. I'm putting over some highways in the path of this tornado here with this potential tornado. So Highway 49 and then Interstate Highway 65 up here and the Interstate 500 555 up here in northeastern Arkansas. So that's something that we're going to watch very closely here, guys. Tornado warning still remains in effect. December 4, if you know anybody that needs coverage up here in northeastern Arkansas, if you can't find it anywhere else, like if somebody is literally on your Facebook feed saying, hey, where can I find this live stream? Where can I find this? There's a tornado warning. I need coverage. Send them our way. Tag our page. Have them come here. Give us a like. Give us a follow, because as Derek mentioned, this is far from over. This will likely not be our only warning for tonight here. There are other areas of storms, as you can see, to our south and west that we're going to have to watch very closely throughout the evening and into the overnight. I think by the time we get into the overnight hours, we should, and I mean should, start steering away from the tornado threat. But even then, it's going to be a very, 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 very long time before we get to that point. So you need to be on guard here. The tornado warning still continues in this area until right around 6:45 this evening, and this one's moving to the north and east at around 50 miles per hour here up here in northwestern Poinsett County. White County, a lot of folks are asking about White County. You are in the clear, okay?
Tupelo, you are now in the clear. Weldon, you are now in the clear. If we have any emergency management up here in this part of the state, that can let us know if there's been any damage. That would help us very, 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 very much so, especially when we are talking about the potential of warning people downstream.
Yep. So right now, so we'll go ahead and go back to rotation real quickly here and kind of look at this and see what we got. So I'm still, Derek, I'm still seeing a good amount of rotation here, just to the west of Waldenburg and just to the southwest of Wiener. This is going to move out towards north and east here. Folks, just an idea on what's going on with this system right now here. So about 2 hours ago, we didn't have a single warning in the country right now. We have a total of 8 tornado warnings across the area, 9 severe thunderstorm warnings right now here. So as I said before, the show is beginning to go. The majority up here in Missouri right now, but that does not mean nothing for us here in Arkansas. We got more storms. We got a severe thunderstorm warning now coming out of northeastern Texas. These storms will continue as that dry line draws closer. These storms will continue to show that tornadic potential over the next couple of hours here. So if you need timing information, if you're wondering about your area, etc., take a look at our page. It takes 5 seconds. Go look at our page. Go look for information. That's all you have to do. Okay, it's as easy as that. Areas, I know a lot of people are saying, during our live stream, if we didn't talk about certain areas, etc., that's why we have maps. We're not going to be able to go over every little point in the live streams, but that's why we have maps on our page here. We have forecasters that will answer your questions, etc. here. So that's what we got at this point. What you got there?
I'm starting to get multiple people.
Yeah, multiple. Yeah, I see that now.
That this is on the ground. Again, this is, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but folks, this is moving into an environment. Okay, so we have. All right, so we have official reports of debris along Highway 1 or along the highway 1 mile north of Weldon.
Okay.
So again, we now have debris.
A confirmed tornado now.
Yes. So this is a confirmed. So this is a confirmed tornado. Potentially has been on the ground since at least Weldon, Tupelo, moving off towards the northeast. So this is about to move into Poinsett. And it's about to move into Craighead County.
Yep.
Folks, you need to be taking your tornado precaution. If you live in Waldenburg, Wiener, Otwell, what concerns me is that the rotation shifted back to the west a little bit.
Right.
And what that means is that we have to start watching the Jonesboro metropolitan area very closely right now. Again, if you live in Jonesboro, you have about 30 minutes lead time right now. If you live on the southwest side of Jonesboro.
So that's the area of rotation right there.
Yep. So once again, if you live in the southwest side of Jonesboro, we're talking areas down along Highway 49.
Yeah, I got a new track on that.
If you live along Highway 49, you need to start thinking about taking your tornado precautions, especially if you live in Wiener and Otwell, because this is going to move right over you here very, very shortly.
Yeah,
What is very concerning is this is moving almost directly similar to the 2020 storm.
Yeah, it's okay. So what happened with this storm here, as you can see on your radar here. So what's going on is you got your inflow going in. It's pushing this storm. And we were looking at it a while ago. We were thinking it's going to take a hard right turn. Now this storm is beginning to kind of go back to the west a little bit. So this is what I'm saying. That's why I said Jonesboro, you weren't completely out of the track. Jonesboro, you need to watch this storm very closely here. And as I said before, this area in over here in Poinsett County, western Poinsett County, very rural area, very farmland. You're not going to see a lot of debris until it literally hits a city up here in northeastern Arkansas. So you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Heber Springs, everybody else outside of this area, you are okay at this point. If you know anybody in the Jonesboro area, they need to take their tornado precautions immediately. I don't care if you have to spam the share button on this live stream. You need to do it immediately. You know anybody in Jonesboro, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, get to the lower, most center portion of your home, and get away from the exterior walls. Put as many walls from you on the outside as possible here. So, as Derek mentioned before, we have several reports of a debris ball crossing right over up here in Poinsett County. This is moving to the northeast at about 60 miles per hour here. So, as before, we're going to watch the storm closely. Folks, if you're wondering about what else is going on in the natural state, unless there's a warning, we're not gonna cover it right now.
Brand new tornado watch has been issued for Southwest Arkansas. A couple strong tours are possible there as well. This goes until 11 p.m.
Okay,
so we've added that. So we're getting multiple reports now, folks, coming in.
So that covers that down here. So like there said before, you got a new watch that goes out until 11 o'clock. So we got 5 more hours to cover this. We're going to have a long evening, folks. I told you guys this in the live stream that we were going to have a long evening. So this is what we got at this point. Jonesboro, looking at top of the hour. Okay, Brooklyn, same thing. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. You get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. So that's the area. That's that supercell. Remember, it's all by itself. There's no other storms impeding this tornado warning right now. Okay, so it's all by itself. It's in an environment conducive for development. Has a very big potential of producing a tornado at any moment. So you need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. Go ahead, Derek.
So once again, let's see. So I'm trying to get new information in. We're right in between radar sites.
Right
now, so we're losing. So I'm switching over to our Memphis radar. Because this is the one of most concern right now. What concerns me is it's getting that look. And it's getting that look as it's moving to a very highly populated area. That's another thing that we're going to have to excuse me. That we're going to have to watch for here as it moves into Waldenburg, Wiener, Cache. Again, if you live in Jonesboro, Brooklyn, Lake City, Bay, Truman, I know we are very storm weary here from just last year. I mean, we were just doing this a year ago. So, again, it's something we are going to have to watch for as this storm, man, I tell you what, let's go to the Memphis radar.
Yeah, I'm there.
It's got it on the ground.
I'm there.
Definitely, potentially on the ground. This is right in between Waldenburg, Grubbs, Wiener, and Amagon. It's moved right through Amagon, folks. Very, very, very dangerous storm. And this is going to continue to move off towards the northeast. Man, I tell you what, folks, if you live in Jonesboro, I would go on and take your tornado precautions.
Definitely.
I would go on and get it in the lowest level of your house, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This is a very dangerous storm. I want to go on and say it, but I'm not going to yet. But folks, if you live within the warning area or downstream, this is a very dangerous storm.
And I've drawn it out for you guys. So this is the area. This is the setup that we got right now. And on top of this, there's another thing that I want to point out to you guys. Right around right now, 6, 7 o'clock, your low-level jet is kicking in. So you're getting bad winds into this storm. So you're getting southeast winds in here. One thing to note up here in northeastern Arkansas is an area called Crowley's Ridge. Something that we're going to have to watch closely because something what happened with the Jonesboro 2020 tornado is it went over, tapped to that southeast wind, that more bad wind, and became a tornado just outside of Jonesboro. So you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. This track is eerily similar to the Jonesboro 2020 tornado that went through this area. And you guys remember, if you've been with us for over a year, I was in the studio, Derek was out covering at this point. Go ahead. What you got for me?
We have brand new information from the Storm Prediction Center. This storm has been highlighted as a locally higher tornado threat is materializing ahead of a mature supercell. Sustained strong tornadoes are possible over the next few hours.
Yep.
So this is straight, and this does include Jonesboro, it includes Blytheville, it does include Paragould as well.
Yep. And you're starting to get some hail here. So we're going to have to watch that closely coming into Poinsett County and then into western Craighead County. So Jonesboro, you don't have long at all. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately here. Get away from windows, put as many walls and unity outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. I'm going to go ahead and put a new track on the storm here. So
Cameron,
go ahead. What you got for me?
I do have new information coming in here to the Weather Center. Also, now getting reports of a very big, low, rotating wall cloud just to the northwest of Wiener, Arkansas.
Yep,
so
right
again,
here.
This would be indicative of a very strong low-level rotation on this storm. So once again, this is moving into a morely favored environment. Even more, I mean, we're even in the enhanced slight risk, you're already favorable, but you're moving into the moderate risk.
Yep.
Now you're even more favorable. So this was our worst fear, that you would have an isolated storm moving into a very highly populated area. So once again, if you live in northeast Arkansas, you need to watch this storm closely and get ready to take your tornado precautions. I do have a new report coming in. Power flashes are being
reported on Highway 14. Likely tornado in East Jackson County, western Poinsett County here. So that's this area here. The area that I have highlighted in the track. That is just to the west of Wiener, just to the northwest of Waldenburg, just due east of Grumps, south of Cache, southwest of Jonesboro, moving northeast at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. So you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately here. This is not a prediction or anything like that. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to unity outside as possible, get to the lowest area of your home immediately here in these areas. Like I said before, very eerie to the Jonesboro Tornado 2020 at this point. Getting a lot of reports into power flashes right now with this storm here. And like I said, this area, I'm gonna go back to our debris indicator at this point here. Okay, this area is very rural. It's a farmland out here in western Poinsett County going over that area. All right, and also we're getting new information now. So like I said, Zeta County and also western Mississippi County, eastern Arkansas until 7:30 this evening. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Wiener at 13 miles northwest of Harrisburg, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard tornado quarter-size hail. Source radar indicated rotation at this point here. Areas impacted include, but are not limited to, Greenfield around 650, Jonesboro, downtown Jonesboro at 7:05, Lake City, Brooklyn at 7:10, Monette at 7:20 p.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Harriet, Macy, Gunpoint, Fairville, Lester, and Maple Grove in this area. Very, very eerie to the 2020 tornado up here in Jonesboro. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see and confirm at night. Do not, and I repeat, do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take your tornado precautions immediately in this area. To repeat, a tornado warning is now in effect for south central Greene County, Craighead County, northern Poinsett County, and western Mississippi County until 7:30 this evening. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornado was located near Wiener or near Harrisburg, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. And unfortunately, the track, Derek, takes it right through downtown Jonesboro.
So once again, folks, if you live in Jonesboro, we've been through this once already. Within the last couple of years, we have been through this. So if you live in Jonesboro, you need to be. So once again, Skywarn has just confirmed it on Region 8. A tornado is on the ground. So we are now going to alert mode for
Jonesboro.
Jonesboro.
That's fixing to be
that's not a PDS warning yet.
Yeah, that's fixing to be a tornado emergency for Jonesboro if that's the case.
But once again, this is just to the south, southwest of Jonesboro. It's about 10 miles southwest of Jonesboro, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. You do not have a lot of time to take your precautions. Again, lowest level of your house, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Now, unlike it was in March of 2020, when we were at the start of a pandemic, We have a lot of people out. It's a Friday night in Jonesboro. If you are out, you need to find shelter now, folks.
Definitely.
You do not have time to wait. I mean, this is a totally different situation than we were at a year ago.
Definitely.
Because right now, we are talking about a storm moving into a highly populated area. This could track north. It could track south. We don't know yet. Right now, it's on a trajectory that is going to take it right through Jonesboro or very close to the 2020 track. If you are on the A-State campus, this is your warning. Take cover now.
Yep.
Lowest level of your house, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
Right. So another one thing about our software here, and I just tweaked it just for this reason. If you see this tornado warning go to a dark red or a black, that is going to be a tornado emergency for Jonesboro. Okay? We're getting several reports right now that there's confirmed that there's rotation, there's a debris ball. We're having several reports of power flashes with this storm here. Okay? If that box turns to a dark red or a black, that is a tornado emergency for Jonesboro. Regardless if it does or not, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, get to the lowest area of your home immediately. It is 6:43 on a Friday night. I know everyone had plans. I know everyone was
Tornado
out.
emergency.
Okay. All right. Tornado emergency now.
Yep.
All right. Tornado emergency for Jonesboro here. So bear me for just a bit. This is fixing to change colors here just shortly here. So now we have a new tornado emergency for Jonesboro. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. So tornado warning remains in effect till 7:30 for South Central Greene, Craighead, North Poinsett, and Western Mississippi counties here. A confirmed tornado was located near Wiener or 11 miles northwest of Harrisburg, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Confirmed tornado, damaging tornado, confirmed tornado, coinciding and 60-mile wind gusts with this storm. Weather spotters have confirmed a tornado. This will move into Jonesboro at 7:05 this evening. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you outside as possible, get to the lowest area of your home immediately. This is our warning to Jonesboro. You know anyone in Jonesboro, this is a life or death situation. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Damaging tornado in Jonesboro right now.
I also don't want to take away from the Jonesboro area right now. Also starting to get reports of rotational storms coming into northwest Arkansas as well and southwest Arkansas as well. Also starting to get reports of rotation in central Arkansas coming into the Conway area as well. So we have multiple storms to watch now. Our team is going to start getting radar going. So folks, this is turning into a very dangerous situation. Again, we've not had a lot of severe weather over the last year or so. So this is a situation that we're going to have to watch, and unfortunately, our worst fears are starting to come true.
Yep.
So once again, tornado emergency for Jonesboro. If you live in Jonesboro, if you live in Lake City, if you live in Paragould, we've done this once, and it looks like, unfortunately, we could do it again. So if you live in these areas, you need to be lowest level out. Do not go outside and try to watch it. Our people, do not go outside and watch it. It is dark. It is nighttime. You're not going to be able to see it coming. Again, the rotation gets stronger and stronger and stronger with this storm as it moves towards the northeast.
Yep. So for that, say it's going to be a tornado emergency for Jonesboro area here. Damaging tornado moving into Craighead County at this point. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately in this area here. So I cannot stress that enough, guys. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately in this area up here in Craighead County. This is moving straight into downtown Jonesboro. If you have anyone that has any plans, etc., you need to take your tornado precautions immediately here. Remember, get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. Go ahead, Derek. What you got for me?
We now have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Little Rock Metro.
Yep.
And this is with a line of storm that is moving off towards the east here. It looks like to be about 60 miles an hour.
No, but yeah, 55 to 60 miles per hour. So that's going to be for Little Rock, Conway, Jacksonville, over towards the Mayflower area, towards Austin and Lonoke County, Roland and Pulaski here. So tornado watch remains in effect till 11 o'clock here. So right now, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarters and about 0.75-inch hail with that storm here. No tornado potential with this storm, as a lot of storms is moving through the metro at this point. We got another severe thunderstorm warning up here in northwestern Arkansas. That's going to go for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail with that storm up here in northwestern Arkansas. We got another one down here in southwestern Arkansas. This is moving to the northeast at 60 miles per hour here. So you can see where the flow is right now. Due east, northeast. This one, due east, or southeast actually. This one's moving east, and this one is starting to move to the north and east. So you need to be taking your tornado precautions up here in the Jonesboro area. Watch these storms closely over the next couple of hours here. As before, this is how our evening is going to be. It's going to be an active one here in Arkansas Weather Watch. We'll keep you guys informed. What do you got for me, Derek?
So once again, continuing just to get reports filtering in here to the weather center here.
Yeah.
Again, not saying anything, not seeing any more reports of damage yet. However, I do expect that to change here shortly as this moves into a very highly populated area. So now we do have reports of warnings going off in multiple areas now.
Yeah, and you can see, okay, so like I said before, that's what I was telling you guys with our new software here. So when you start seeing the darker red beginning to overtake the red box, that's what we mean about that damaging tornado potential here. So this is what we're talking about. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to you outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. I'm going to go ahead and put a track on this. This is a tornado vortex signature coming right over the Jonesboro area here at this point here. And folks, to answer your questions, if storms go over your area, it is not the end of your severe threat.
Nope.
I want to repeat that. If storms go over your area from now until 3 o'clock, that is not the end of your severe weather threat. This is going to continue through the overnight hours, so you might as well get used to it. It's going to continue throughout the overnight hours here. So right now, our focus is on this tornado warning. Okay, we have other forecasters, we have people posting on the page, etc., in terms of radar updates, etc. But our focus right now is for life and property, and that's the tornado warning at this point up here in Jonesboro here. So it's before this is moving to the northeast, 55 miles per hour. Jonesboro, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Not only Jonesboro, but Bay, Lake City, Highway 63 up here in Craighead County. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. As a matter of fact, right now, this one is actually this tornado should be crossing right over Highway 49 at this point here. So we'll just have to watch it closely at this time here. Go ahead, Dick.
I want to say this. This might be some good news for the city of Jonesboro. This is starting to take a right turn.
Yep.
The bad news, right turns are bad.
You're talking Bay now. You're talking Lake City.
You're talking Caraway. Okay, so that being said, do not let your guard down in Jonesboro. But I've noticed a definite eastward shift with the track of the tornado over the last 5 or 10 minutes. So with that being said, again, what that does is that shifts the stronger tornado potential. And that means, yes, it's going to get stronger, but it's going to move over a less populated area. However, if you live in Truman, if you live in Bay, if you live in Lake City, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Lowest level of your house, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
Right. So I've got the new track on that right here. So this is what I was telling you guys about. So this is just, I mean, you can't get any closer to Jonesboro than it is right now here. But still, Jonesboro, you're still in that tornado warning. And like Derek said before, all it takes is this thing to go back to the left, and it goes back into Jonesboro here. So this is what you deal with whenever you're trying to put tracks for tornadoes. They have the mind of their own. Okay, they have they'll go east or they'll go west. So you have to watch it very closely. So if you're in this warning right now, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. If you're having any live stream problems, you may have to break away. It's a Facebook issue. You may have to break away from the live, and you may have to come back in. So that's why if it starts interrupting like that, it's a Facebook thing. We're not sure why it's doing that. But Bay, Lake City, Blackwood, Caraway, Leachville, and Molina up here in northeastern Arkansas. That is Craighead, northern Poinsett County, and western Mississippi County. Now, Ocella over here in far eastern Mississippi County, close to the Mississippi River. This will stay right now. Right now, this should stay fairly to your northwest, but we will watch it very closely here at this point here. Oh boy, we're gonna have to watch that. That's that storm near That's the Central Arkansas one. I don't want to take anything away
Yeah,
from the Jonesboro one, but that was very concerning here. So basically, what we're talking about.
Our team that's watched this storm in Central Arkansas, it is starting to show signs of rotation. I'm not saying anything yet, just not the way of Jonesboro yet. But if you live between Mayflower and Maumelle and North Little Rock, there's going to be, at the worst, 60-mile-an-hour winds coming through town. However, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned of some rotation developing, which this will be more of a QLCS type of, so those brief, spin-up types. However, we have seen long-track tornadoes out of those as well. We're going to have to watch it. No warning yet, but let's continue to watch it over the next few minutes.
Right. So that concerns the Central Arkansas one. If you have questions regarding that at this point here, so we're just, like I said before, we're fully aware of what's going on. Okay. Also, if you have any, if we mispronounce a name, you're probably just gonna have to get over. Okay. I apologize it. Okay. But it's just human nature.
Okay,
so that's what we got at this point here. So what you got there?
Tornado watch has just been issued for Baxter, Boone, Carroll, Crawford, Franklin, Johnson, Logan, Madison, Marion, Newton, Polk, Scott, Saracen, Sebastian, Washington, 11 o'clock. That now includes the entire state of Arkansas, minus the southeastern corner of the state, is now under a watch.
Yep.
A tornado watch until 11 p.m. What that means is that conditions are favorable for tornadic development, which also means we're now going to have to be watching
Northwestern
the
Arkansas
entire state for the potential of tornadoes.
Yep.
So the good news is that we are watching this storm with a likely tornado on the ground tracking just south of Jonesboro.
Yep. So
Jonesboro, don't let your guard down yet.
Definitely.
That storm is tracking just south of Jonesboro right now.
Yeah. So as I said before, I know, and then this is going to be as close of a call as you can get to Jonesboro, but still, I wouldn't let your guard down in Jonesboro. They need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately here. But Lake City, all right, and then towards Mississippi County here, and then this is going to make a run for the Boot Hill up here. So towards Blytheville up here in northern Mississippi County. We're going to have to watch this very closely over the next 20 to 30 minutes. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you outside as possible. Do not try to go outside and get the tornado. It's dark. You guys know we're in December. You're not going to be able to see that tornado coming. And also, it's moving at 50 to 60 miles per hour, so you're not going to have a lot of time to react either. So these storms are moving to the north and east at about 60 miles per hour. What do you got for me there?
So latest from the storm pre-consider as well, they have bumped the 5% all the way into Benton and Washington County there. So the entire state is basically in the 5% with the 10% and 15% across the eastern part of the state. So the entire state is now at risk for tornadoes throughout the evening hours. That means we are going to be here all night long as conditions warrant.
Definitely. All right. So, as I said before, we're just going to continue to monitor the situation very closely here. This is where the tornado warning is at this point. This is where our focus is going to be. We are fully aware we have other warnings across the natural state right now. But this is where our focus is going to be right here on this tornado warning. Until this tornado warning expires or goes away, we're not going to take our attention off of it at this point here. So if you need information, this is what the page is for. It's not limited to just the live streams. I told you guys this earlier. Do not base your information off the live streams. We have a full Facebook page full of information that you need to know regarding this event. But like Derek said before, 5% for the entire state now. Okay? 10% here and 15% in northeastern Arkansas. This is becoming a very active situation across much of Arkansas at this point. Go ahead, Derek. What do you got for me?
Just looking at the sounding from the, and this is a brand new sounding coming in.
Okay. There, I got some new information here. All right, so this is just as of now. This is now a PDS warning for Jonesboro. Okay. Tornado warning remains in effect till 7:30 for South Central Green, Craighead, and also North Central, Poinsettia, and Mississippi counties. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Greenfield or near Jonesboro, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation for Jonesboro. Take tornado precautions immediately. Damaging tornado. Weather spotters confirm tornado. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible with this tornado.
All right, folks. So you heard that. If you live in Jonesboro, you need to be in your safe place. Now, you need to be underground at this point. Folks, this is tracking very close to the 2020 tornado. It's within five miles of the track. Folks, if you are on the highway, if you have anybody out right now, they need to be in their safe place immediately. Another thing that I'm very concerned about is the new National Weather Service upper air soundings from both Memphis and Little Rock have shown an increasingly unstable atmosphere with very high shear.
Yep.
So these storms are going to be moving through out of West Arkansas into a very increasingly unstable environment. Folks, I don't want to say it yet, but this has the potential of one of those nights. We've not had one of those nights in quite some time. Do not let your guard down until this system is out of Arkansas.
Definitely. I fully agree.
Tornado on the ground just to the south, just at the south of Jonesboro. This is going to track very close to, if not into Jonesboro, any minute now.
Yeah, it's a PDS, and this is a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning up here in Jonesboro, so you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately here in this area. As I said before, we have radar playing at the bottom left corner of your screen here. So yeah, I got it going again. But that's what we got at this point here. So this is a tornado warning. I'm going to read this one more time to you guys. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Greenfield and near Jonesboro, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. This is on the ground, guys. Do not wait for it. Don't go outside, try to look for anything like that. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Complete destruction is possible. I haven't seen wording like this in quite some time, and I've been here for almost 8 years. I haven't seen wording like this in quite some time, guys. This is very, very bad for Craighead County. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately in this area.
This is basically a April environment in December.
Definitely.
Is what we are calling it. So once again, also I do not want to take away from Jonesboro. Man, folks, if you live in Faulkner County, I would start thinking about taking your precautions there as well. Very messy mode, but it's starting to get that look as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So once again, it's not warned yet, but it could go warned at any point in time. But once again, the main threat continues to be for Jonesboro right now, imminent tornado just to the south of Jonesboro. We now have a donut hole on the radar. Which is which is indicative of a very strong, damaging tornado.
This is just south. This is just south of Jonesboro.
And it is going to cross right. It is going to cross
over Highway 63, and then it's going to go towards Bay, and it's going to go towards Lake City in this area, Leechville, and then eventually Blytheville. You're on the extended track at this point, going into the Boot Hill region. Folks, you can't get any worse than this. This is a confirmed large tornado here. And we may have a new warning coming out soon for Central Arkansas. I'm seeing rotation. I'm trying not to take anything away from the Jonesboro tornado because that's what we have right now. But we're looking at the Central Arkansas tornado as well. And, folks, it's not pretty. And we're getting a lot of reports of that rotation right there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary, do me a favor, go back up to Northwest Arkansas. I'm trying to get a count of the entire warnings here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warnings on the board right now. Northwestern Arkansas.
We have strengthening storms around Hot Springs right now. We got strengthening storms west of Fort Smith. The main cold front is still
tornado warning. Tornado warning. New tornado warning. Okay. For Central Arkansas now. Okay. All right. So this. Okay. So. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Derek. New tornado warning for northwestern Lonoke County, southeastern Faulkner County, southwestern White County, northeastern Pulaski County in this area. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Mayflower, 8 miles north of Maumelle, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. We now have a new tornado warning that is in this area at this point. This is going to go straight towards BB Cabot. This should stay just to the south of Vernonia, but it's going to move right towards Cabot and the BB area. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately in this area. We have 2 tornado warnings ongoing right now, one in central Arkansas, one in northeastern Arkansas at this point. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to Little Rock for just a little bit. The one in northeastern Arkansas, we're not taking anything away from you guys right now. I promise you, we're not taking a thing away from you guys. This is the track for that storm towards Bay, Lake City, Black Oak, Leechville, Hornetsville, Blytheville, Holland, Steele, and Cooter up here in northeastern Arkansas. Okay, tornado on the ground in Craighead County. Okay, we have a new warning that is in effect, and this goes for northern Pulaski County at this point. Okay, so this is staying away from downtown Little Rock. Okay, however, this is what we're watching very closely here at this point. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located on Mayflower, 8 miles north of Maumelle, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard tornado source radar indicated rotation at this point. This includes highways between Interstate 40, between mile markers 132 and 140. Highway 67 between mile markers 18 and 26 in this area. Remember, take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. This is for just to the east of the Mayflower area at this time. This is the track. Mayflower is going over to right now. Garner is going to be around 735. Searcy, you need to watch this storm very closely here. It's going to be tracking towards you right around 740 at this point here. So we're going to zoom this out. Like I said before, we're not taking anything away from the Jonesboro tornado right now. But this is what we got at this point here. So this is a new tornado warning in this area here. All right, we're going to go over to our rotation indicator. Derek had to step out for just a minute. We had to call a family member. If you got to do that, call a family member. If you know anyone in these areas, they need to take their tornado precautions immediately. You need to be getting away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately. So this is just on the northern fringes of the Little Rock radar. I'm going to go back to our Little Rock radar for just a bit. And then we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about that tornado warning up there in northeastern Arkansas. So right now, my advice to you, if you are under a tornado warning, take shelter immediately here. Do not wait for our call. Do not wait for us to cover it. Take your tornado precautions immediately. Those severe thunderstorm warnings, take your tornado precautions immediately in this area as well here. So tornado warning in effect for northern Pulaski County, northwestern Lone Oak, southeastern Faulkner, southwestern White counties in this area until 7:30 this evening. Remember, get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. If you do not have a storm shelter, all right, if you don't have storm shelter, you're in a situation with no storm shelter, no underground basement, nothing like that. What I need you to do, and listen to me closely, you need to get away from the windows. You need to get away from the exterior walls. You need to get to the most center portion and the lower portion of your home. This could be a closet. This could be a bathroom. As long as it does not have windows, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. If you do not have such of that, a center hallway, many walls between you and the outside as possible at this point here, guys. If you are on the road, I highly recommend stopping, finding a gas station, business. It could be a restaurant. Wherever you are, you need to stop where you are, and you need to get into shelter immediately in this area. So this is the Conway area. This is BB. This is towards Cabot. This is in central. Not only this, but as I said before, we have that other tornado warning. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately in this area as well. Get away.
Rotation around this storm off to our north as well. Here's the weather center. Folks, I don't want to take away from the storm at Jonesboro and the storm in Mayflower, but we have a new warning as well just to the southwest of Hot Springs now. Also, I want to note that if we do get under a warning here at the weather center,
yep,
we're going to stay live.
Yep.
We are going to see you through this no matter what. This is starting to become one of those worst case scenario type of events over the next hour, really 2 or 3 hours.
Definitely.
This is just getting started.
Right. All right. So hopefully that took care of the issue, what was going on with the stream here. So we're good to go now. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning toward Pass now for the Hot Springs area. This is going to be tracking straight
for the
metro, and it's going to be tracking right over the weather center. So I said before, we're going to be watching this very closely. We're going to keep you guys updated. We'll be here throughout this entire thing. We're going to get through this, Arkansas. All right, we're gonna have to watch now Southwest Arkansas down there. Storm producing damage, thunderstorm damage threat considerable down there in southwestern Arkansas now. All right, so locations include Ashdown, Horatio, Foreman, etc. here. So we've got multiple areas, guys. I told you it was going to be busy. It was going to be rocking. By the time we got towards 6, 7 o'clock, this is what we got going at this point here. So, as said before, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately if you're in this area. If the stream paused, it took the stream and come right back. All right. So before, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately. Go ahead, Derek. What you got for me?
Okay, so I'm getting mixed reports of twin tornadoes on the ground.
Yep. There it is.
Or southeast of Jonesboro.
There it is.
Right
There it is. There it is. Right there. And my radar just went. Yeah, it just went black. Right there.
So I'm getting.
That is the highest you can get from the tornado warning right there. That's the highest you can get up there in the tornado region up there in northeastern Arkansas. That folks, you don't get worse than this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to our radar real quickly, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this black area that you're seeing, okay, and I can take radar off for just a minute. Okay, so you have this tornado warning here, but you have a black area right here. This is something new that you're gonna see here in Arkansas Weather Watchers. This is only for situations that warrant considerable damage in this area. A tornado is observed in this area, and you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. This is a particularly dangerous situation, okay, for southeastern Greene, northwestern Craighead, northwestern Mississippi, and southwestern Duncan County in southeastern Missouri. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Bay, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation for this area. Damaging tornado, weather spotters confirmed tornado. You are in a life or death situation in this area. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Go ahead.
Facebook is down again.
Okay. It's some local, it's some issues going on here. So as I said before, we're not only we're good to go on our side. It may be that storm passing over the metro at this point here. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on here. But folks, said before, we're going to be here throughout this entire thing. We're not limited to just Facebook either. Okay, we have YouTube, we have our Roku, etc., all up right now. So before, we'll have to watch it very closely here. But I think we're good to go right now. Everything is working good on our side at this time here. So we'll watch it very closely here, guys. But you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest area of your home immediately here. So this is the information we've got right now. And boy, that tornado warning up there in northeastern Arkansas, I've never seen a warning go out like that before. And this is, like I said, this is for the more extreme situations up here. Now we have a new tornado warning up here in central Arkansas. This one down here, we're going to have to watch coming out of Garland County. That one, tornado possible. This one down here in southwestern Arkansas, we're going to have to watch. Damage considerable down here in southwestern Arkansas. It can have damage coming into the Little River area. Okay. Now we have severe thunderstorm warnings up here in northwestern Arkansas. We have a Torpause severe thunderstorm warning in southwestern Missouri. We have another severe thunderstorm warning in Washington County. So there is a lot going on right now. We got tornado sirens going off in Jonesboro. We got tornado sirens going off in Pulaski County, Faulkner County. There's a lot going on at this point. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately in this area. What do you got for me, Derek?
Wow.
What do you got for me?
Definitely a chaser confirmed on the ground. This is a little bit. This is right around Bay, and I'm looking at it on Twitter right now. Definite tour on the ground, folks. This is around Bay. We got dropped.
We got dropped.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
Facebook. We just got dropped. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll get us back up. Boy, we got a lot going on, folks. Y'all. What is going on? I wonder if it's that storm passing over right now.
No, I think Facebook crashed.
Did Facebook crash? Oh boy, this is the worst time possible for Facebook to crash.